Hi, I'm Julie. Welcome back to my channel, Julie Two Shoes. And today we have a brand new topic. It is going to be about Korean pronunciation. In my 13 years of learning, studying, and listening to Korean, I've noticed certain patterns of what things people usually mess up on when they pronounce Korean. And I've always thought, okay, there's something going on here. There's some things that are not being pronounced correctly. But I didn't really know what those were and how to correct them until I did my master's and PhD in linguistics. And that's when I really learned you can actually become a near native speaker or even native sounding if you just know what to do. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the science of sound. So if you want to skip this part, you can just click on the timestamp here. But if you're interested, please just let it play. So in linguistics, there are two fields related to sound. The first one is called phonetics. Phonetics is the study of specific sounds of languages. So you might have heard of the IPA. The IPA is the International Phonetic Alphabet. It is basically an alphabet where it tries to put all of the world's sounds into one alphabet so that there is no miscommunication between what an E is in English or an E is in French. But to be honest, even an E in English is very hard to pin down. So that's why the IPA is really good. Phonology is a bit different because it is kind of how the sounds are put together in specific languages. So for example, some languages are tonal, some are not. Some languages have stress and some don't. So for example, a stressed language is English, and then an unstressed language is Korean, where every syllable has the same amount of stress or emphasis. So it was through my master's and PhD programs that I grew to realize there's no such thing as, oh, you'll never shake off your foreign accent if you're not a native speaker. That's total baloney. And why is that total baloney? It's because 99% of people who learn a language later in life, they simply are not exposed to hearing the sounds of the language frequently enough, or they've heard it frequently enough, but they don't want to kind of train their mouths to move in the way to produce those sounds, even though they actually physically can't do it. So it is my actual belief that if you train your mouth the way that it moves, the exact way the air is coming out of your mouth, you can sound native or near native if you actually practice. And this is something that actors will know as well. I used to be an actress when I was younger, and a lot of actors who are from England or Australia, they appear as really American when they're on a movie or something, and that's because they have speech dialect coaches who teach them exactly which way to move their mouth and how to make the air come out of it, that make them very convincingly American sounding, or Americans, putting on English accents. And it is hard, I have to admit, it is hard to do this, but I just want to tell you that it's not impossible. And even if you don't become near native sounding or native sounding, even improving what you can improve on will improve your overall speaking in the language that you're learning. And people who are trying to understand you, who are natives or not even language learners, they will be able to understand what you're trying to say better as well, if you just put into the tips that I'm going to teach you today for Korean. So this will be a series of videos. This first video is going to be on vowels. The next video is going to be on initial consonants. And then the final video is going to be on final consonants. If you like this kind of content, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends so they can come and see this video too. And so without further ado, from a fluent speaker of Korean and a linguist, here is my surefire way tips of how you can master Korean vowel pronunciation. The reason why o and are often mispronounced in Korean learners is because there's not a one-to-one kind of this is what the sound is in English. And so what Korean teachers end up doing is telling students, okay, the o in Korean sounds like the o in old. But as you can hear, they're quite different. Same thing with the sound The Korean sound doesn't have a direct translation with an English sound. So some teachers will say it sounds like the in umbrella, but you can hear that umbrella and are very different. So Korean teachers will often explain Korean sounds like this to match the English to try to help learners understand what the Korean sounds like, but this can actually be detrimental because now students don't really know what those sounds really sound like. So to explain why O isn't the O in old, I have to explain what a vowel is. So this is going to be the fun scientific part of it. So strap on your seatbelts and here we go. There are two basic types of sounds that humans can make in speech. The first one is a consonant. The second one is a vowel. We're going to talk about vowels for this video. Can you tell me in your own words, what is a vowel? And no, I don't mean give me examples. I mean, give me a definition of what a vowel is. I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A vowel is a syllabic speech sound that is produced with no constriction to the vocal tract. It means that the sound is flowing from your lungs up your vocal tract, through your mouth, and out of your mouth. Your mouth is open, or at least partially open, during the process of making a vowel. All vowels are produced according to 3 parameters. The first one is height, the second one is frontedness or backedness, and the third one is rounding. We'll start with the first one, height. Height refers to the amount of openness that your mouth is when you're producing a vowel. So I'll give you an example, a very common Korean vowel, oo. Oo, you can see that oo is made with a almost closed mouth position. Oo. So it is considered a high or closed vowel. The opposite of that would be ah. You can see ah, when I'm making the ah sound, ah, the mouth has opened completely. So this is a low or open vowel. The second parameter we're going to talk about is frontedness or backedness. This relates to your tongue position inside your mouth. So remember, we go back to oo. Ooh, if you actually take a mirror up to your mouth, ooh, you can see that your tongue is all the way in the back. Let's try to move your tongue forward. E, E. See, now your tongue is forward. E. You can see your tongue, see? E. I can see my tongue. When I do ooh, I cannot see my tongue. It's in the back of my mouth. So E is a fronted vowel and ooh is a backed vowel. So even though E and oo have very similar height, they're both basically like on this level, like of not very open, they make very different sounds because one is fronted, E, and one is backed, oo, oo. Okay, the last one is rounding. Let's go back to our favorite vowel, oo. So you can see my lips here, right? Ooh. It kind of sounds like I'm a fish. Ooh. This is a rounded lip position. Ooh. Let's try to open it out and unround it. So let's go from ooh to it's unrounded now. Same height and same frontedness, backedness. Now you've made the sound in Korean. Okay, so now that we've learned how to make vowels and how to make vowels in Korean, let's go back to the O and all problem in learning Korean. So because there are no English equivalents to these 2 vowels, we're going to have to learn how to produce these vowels using the method I just mentioned, the 3 methods of height, frontedness, backedness, and rounding. O is a closed mid, back, rounded vowel. It means that it's slightly lower than oo and it's back, so you don't have to change the fronted backedness position, and it's rounded, so which is the same as before. So you just go from oo, you drop it a bit lower, o. It's a bit lower. As for all, it is a low, mid, back, unrounded vowel. So we go from o, drop it a bit, o, make it unrounded, o, and we're there. So o, rounded, higher. O, lower it, unrounded. O, o, And now you've done it. So now that you know the difference between these two, let's practice with some words. Let's read this word. 소, 설, 소, 설, 소설, 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 소고기. Make sure your mouth position for the vowels in the first two are the same. 소고기, 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 소고기. 호떡, 호떡, 호떡. Higher rounded to lower and unrounded. 호떡, 호떡, 호떡. Let's just try 호허, 호허, 호허. You see the difference, right? Of the mouth shape. 호허, 호허, 허, 허. If you keep practicing the pronunciations of Korean vowels using the methods that I taught you here, you'll eventually start sounding native or near native. I really hope you found this video helpful. Remember that this video is a series of videos. The first one, this one, is the vowels. Next will be 2 videos on consonants, so stay tuned for those. And if you enjoyed today's topic, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and then share it with your friends who are also learning Korean. See you next time. 또 봐요.